Welcome to Thunder Ridge, and today I'm going to show you a little bit of a tutorial about how to prune a peach tree. What we have here is a dwarf Red Haven peach tree, and it's approximately, well, I've had it planted for a year. It's probably about a 2 or 3 year old tree altogether, but it's ready for a pruning. It needs to have some work done on it. First of all, we've had some Japanese beetle damage this year, as you can see by some of the bare branches that are there. But it needs to be opened up, and it's at this point that you start working on trees to develop the shape that they need so that they can produce a lot of fruit. We also want to control the height of the tree and give it a nice open spread so it gets sunlight all through the entire tree. This tree's never been pruned before. I just planted it and let it go. Pruning different types of trees, it's best to prune them at different times of the year. Trees that are stone fruits like peaches, plums, nectarines, things of that type, apricots, they should be pruned in the summer months after the tree's fruited and before they go dormant for the winter time. By doing that, it gives them less of a chance of developing any kind of fungus or viruses or anything like that. Apples, pears, and cherries, on the other hand, they should be pruned after they're dormant and before they start up producing leaves in the spring. So really, late winter like February is about the best time to prune those. But I wanted to just kind of take you through what we do to prune a tree. Let's look at this tree as we sit here right now, and you can see there's a lot of tiny little branches on it growing every which direction. So if you do it now, most of the pruning I'll be able to do with just a small bypass pruner. I won't have to probably even use a big lopper at all on this tree, which is a good thing. There are several rules that you do when you're looking at how to prune a tree. All you have to do is keep the little rules in your head, and you really can't go too wrong. And everybody's afraid to prune, but it really makes a stronger tree, and it makes it so that the branches don't break and it supports the fruit better, and it makes it a more healthy tree all around. But it's going to look a little bit different when we get done. Step number one when you're going to prune a tree, any tree, is you remove anything dead, any of the dead wood. Now this little tree, we have some things that are defoliated, but they're not dead. You can still see by the branches that they are green, even though there's no leaves. And that's, like I said, because of the Japanese beetle damage we had this year. But they're still growing and healthy, so that there's really not any dead to take out of this tree. The next thing you do is you want to take out any branches that are rubbing or crossing each other. As I look this tree over, I don't see any branches that are rubbing or crossing each other yet either. It's got a pretty good natural shape, which is why I picked it at the store in the first place. I looked over a lot of saplings before I picked this one. It always had a kind of a nice vase shape to start off with. The next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking out anything that is growing towards the inside of the tree or growing along where there's already another existing limb. For example, if you look in the center of that tree, there's about 2 or 3, 4 little small branches growing out. And if they continued to grow, you have to imagine what they would like as a full-sized limb. A few of them will continue to grow, and they would come out and actually cross into the other branches and start causing problems. So you want to take them out now when they're small. And the final thing to do is we're going to work on reducing the height. When we have to cut back a taller branch or a leader branch, you always want to leave a branch that goes the right direction or bud that goes in the right direction. With fruit trees in particular, you want everything to grow out and away from the center. You want to keep the center as open as possible. They say you've done a good job on pruning a tree if you could throw a ball through the limbs and not hit any of the limbs.